Welcome to Inspiring You. If we haven't met, I'm Henry. So, we're going to do a mid year reflection, turning points, insights, and reflections on growth and new beginnings. So, with that, my friends, let us dive into, first of all, talking about that July 21st powerful full moon in Capricorn. Wow. And you may still be feeling it as well. So that's really marked the end of this turning point in terms of a 6 month, if you will, period focused on deep personal growth and transformation. The challenges we faced earlier in the year were really meant to support us in regard to deep personal growth and transformation. The challenges we faced earlier in the year were just really meant to reveal our true desires, preparing us to now take responsibility for our long-term happiness, what we are being called to bring in. This does involve making possible bold choices that move us beyond past hurts and fears. So let's just talk about that Capricorn full moon that happened on July 21st that you may still be feeling the energy from. It's known as a blue moon because it's the second full moon in Capricorn. That means that this lunation holds a special significance occurring at what they call an erratic degree or a degree of fate in close conjunction to Pluto. And so basically, this is just that degree of fate is really signifying a final stage of purging and integration that occurs before a new beginning. So Pluto has been dipping in and out of Capricorn since early 2023, creating the feeling of having one foot in the past while reaching for a more significant and aligned future, if you will. So this fall, the planet of transformation will touch the 29th degree one last time before leaving Capricorn. And therefore, not only are we seeing the results of intentions set during the new moon back in January, but the completion of a larger story that began in 2008. And so, in the past 18 months, you might have encountered swift transformations and observed aspects of your life fading away. This process was necessary to clear space for what is unfolding at present. So, jobs, relationships, life aspirations underwent rapid and sometimes unexpected changes. While it may have appeared as though we were making sudden shifts or acting out of character to others, in truth, we were aligning ourselves with choices that best support our well being and our connection to higher self soul, and, or if you will, our authentic self. So Neptune occupies the last degree of Pisces and will align harmoniously with that full moon in a sextile aspect. Sextiles offer supportive and gentle energy, really encouraging us to towards certain paths. Neptune governing dreams and intuition may be prompting inner insights that help clarify what resonates best for you. And so this energy will really collaborate with the full moon to broaden your perspective, enabling you to transcend beyond and also past constraints and aim for loftier goals, really to expand your vision, my friends, expand that vision, allowing you to see beyond previous limitations and set your sights even higher. So that full moon in Capricorn in June really brought a profound cleansing release as we grieved, what we had to relinquish, or in some ways may have felt like, for our humans being forced to let go of something that is no longer supporting us. And y'all, I know sometimes it's uncomfortable being in the situation, realizing that something is coming to a completion, but yet you really wanting to hold on to it. And you want to go back to it a couple times. Been there, done that. Yeah, life of the human, right? Where you're in this humaning experience and just bring that love and kindness, compassion, mindfulness, bring when you can, when you're ready, bring in the humor. I mean, I look back so many moments in my life where I could see that I was being called to change lanes, if you will, and I really was trying to hold on to the lane I was in. And yeah, so it's just all part of being here, right? But with this though, if you felt like your human was being forced to let something go and now though bring in that the tools for your human. Bring in your human might be going through some loss and grief, so make sure to bring in some grief tools, mindfulness, meditation, energy work. When you're ready, really letting yourself clear, process the emotions, come to completion, bring in the wisdom. And then with that, you're then being called to contemplate on how to focus our energies moving forward, what you want to create next in this creator experience. So with that though, that full moon in June also may have revealed limiting beliefs that have held us back, or and it also could have illuminated the necessary steps to, you know achieve our desires, to call in our dreams, to manifest. So Saturn rules Capricorn and doesn't deliver immediate gratification, but emphasizes enduring effort over instant rewards. I mean, whoo, whoo, as like a sometimes in your humaning, that's where you got to bring in patience. It's really calling in for patience. So we've been in these various, experiences and these lessons, and the universe is really conspiring to work with us for our highest good, even when we feel like, I'm feeling challenged by that. And that's where making sure to have a commitment to, whatever your tools are, modalities that resonate with you, really encourage you to explore meditation if you haven't already done so, and just committing to your practice to support your human. And with all of this, to live out the life of our dreams, it requires commitment, dedication, and willingness to let go of the past and move into the present and allow the now future to unfold. And sometimes we are really challenged, though, to relinquish short term comforts for long term fulfillment, recognizing that our previous sense of security often stemmed from fear and complacency. Many of us stayed in familiar yet unsatisfying, at times, like unsatisfying situations, that because we wanted to play it safe, maybe to avoid the perceived risk of failure, my friends. And so you just want to check in to see where you are in the experience, my friends. So check in and use your tools, do some, intention setting, some reflection. And just remember, while settling may have once provided comfort, a shift occurred that revealed new possibilities and is inspiring us to aim higher. So, and I get it. I know that sometimes you feel comfortable, but a shift did occur. And so you want to also give yourself the opportunity to explore that. Remember, you are a creator being. You are, your I am presence, your empowered creator. So this full moon that we just went through really marked a beneficial gateway to a fresh beginning. And recent months, whew, friends, they may have been fraught with tension stemming from different aspects, including indecision. Should we break free from lingering ties to the past and embrace new opportunities? Or do we wait until we feel more prepared? Are we letting past mistakes hold us back, or are we courageously moving forward, recognizing that each challenge has been a stepping stone leading up to this pivotal moment? So, earlier this year, you may have faced a trial, a chance to commit to the life that we truly desire, navigating challenges and disappointments to understand what's truly important. So it's almost like the start of the year. We were kind of giving it a test run, friends. A chance to commit to the life we truly desired. Now, and with that, navigating challenges, disappointments to understand what is truly important in the life we want. So it was a test run. And now it's time, my friends. I definitely had a test run earlier in this year when I came into this year where, all right, you know what, y'all? I am, in my career life, if you will, I decided to really go forth with having a YouTube channel. And y'all, whoo, The beginning of the year, I mean, it was it was so challenging in so many ways. And I'm somebody who has production experience. I worked in television for many years, but for some reason, my relationship with, getting onto YouTube was a bit rocky, and I had to really commit to it and not give up. And I've navigated a ton of challenges, disappointment, and yet I kept, okay, got to stay consistent and I'm going to show up. And it hasn't been easy. I mean, there are moments where, you know, why don't I just keep posting on my podcast and the social media platforms that I've been going on. I did get onto TikTok, was it last year or whenever? So that was like a newer one that I added. Maybe it was like a year and a half ago. It doesn't matter. But anyway, but I really pushed myself out of the comfort zone, going onto YouTube, doing live streams, and there were a lot of technical difficulties, like a ton of technical difficulties where I just wanted to quit because it felt really hard, and I didn't understand what was happening in regard to the technology. And like I said, I do have some experience with production from working in television as a producer. And so I was ready to quit. And so that was my test run, and I stayed with it. I stayed with it, and I post a couple times, a week. I try to post a couple times a week. And just recently, I've now being asked to go on several live streams of other people's shows on YouTube. And so it really is my commitment to being committed, and even when there's challenges and disappointments, to understand what's truly important in the life that we want. And for me, it's really about talking about, tools that can support people and encouraging people to find tools that work for them. And, and if any part of my story can help someone in relationship to how I had worked PTSD and worked in television for years, and made a career transition, and how I found healing, if any part of my story can help someone, then I want that for people. I want people to have healing and to find happiness and joy and peace and abundance. And so, I really understand then for me, if I hadn't have stuck with the commitment to, the life that I'm seeing in the future or feeling in the future, I may have quit going on to YouTube, and I stuck with it. And I feel like a whole different experience in the last couple of weeks with YouTube, where it feels easier and the energy has changed. And so when I'm speaking about, you know, that opportunity that we received at the beginning of the year, I've been living it as well. Like, I'm not just talking about this as like, rhetoric. Y'all, I've lived it as well. My human has been living it as well. And wow, like taking time to reflect upon this, like it just so hit home with me. And so, yeah, at the beginning of the year, we were given an opportunity to step up, to take action, fully commit to the life we aspire to. We face challenges, setbacks, but with that, gaining clarity on what truly matters. But we also saw what was at stake if we didn't allow ourselves the opportunity of that life we know and feel in our hearts. And for me, one of the things that I value is community, and helping and supporting, and so that is really kind of in my ever evolving relationship with YouTube. I really see how this has created a whole new community and a whole new touchstone. And I just appreciate, and I feel so much gratitude, and I'm so grateful that that even when it got difficult, I didn't give up. And now that trial period has ended. So this time it's the real deal. And we are now in, though, a unique position, friends, to rebuild our lives on a foundation of wisdom and experience. Though we're starting anew in some ways because it is a new moment, we are in a new present moment, my friends. We're evolved significantly, and that makes all the difference. We're beginning once more, yet we're not the same person because we have wisdom, we have experience, we made a trial run already, and that makes all the difference. So the full moon that we just went through that we're still under the energy of really marks the culmination and integration of everything we've been learning in the past, 6 months and also even over the last 16 years, my friends. That's right, the last 16 years. And so as you kind of ponder the road ahead and reflect, you might wonder if it will mirror the past. Instead, my friends, start asking different questions. What if this is exactly what I always wanted? What if it's exactly what I always wanted? Instead of worrying about the past, let yourself be in peace with the past, that the past is in completion and you're in a new moment and it's exactly what you've always wanted and you've called to you what you always wanted and it's for the highest good. And really taking from the highest good approach, even when it feels challenging, really taking it from that like highest good approach, my friends. And so here are some reflection questions and you can also journal with these and reflect on the overarching lesson or lessons you've been learning since 2008. And y'all, for me, like 2008, wow, that 2008 was like a pivotal year for me. And so much like when I think about that road I've been on, 2008 was a huge pivotal year. But for you, ponder and what fears have you overcome? How have you learned, grown, and evolved? How have you learned, grown, and evolved since 2008? So that is the question. How have you learned, grown, evolved since 2008? What were the lesson, the wisdom, and how have you learned, grown, evolved since 2008? And then consider which recent experiences have been the most fulfilling and which have left you feeling really drained. And remember, it's not right, wrong, good or bad, is an isness. And it's okay if, previously something really just filled you up and made you had you feeling fulfilled and now you feel differently about it. When I was working in television, many of the years I worked in television, like I just loved it. And there were times when I had such deep fulfillment in what I was doing when I was working on some inspiring shows or documentaries. But towards the end, it really became more autopilot and I was feeling more and more drained. And so, remember, it's not right, wrong, good or bad. It's an isness. And you can have dreams that come to fruition in things that manifest. But at a certain point, it may be that you experience that and there's a new calling. So then, in what area of your life do you feel drawn to begin anew and pursue something different? In what area of your life do you feel drawn to begin anew and pursue something different? What is urging you to embrace this change? So check in. What's urging you to embrace this change? And this full moon marks both an ending and a celebration, prompting us to review the challenges and triumphs of the past 16 years while preparing for new, more aligned opportunities. And remember, too, when there's an ending and a celebration, that's where loss and grief can come in because you could feel, sad about an ending, but also be so joyful about a beginning. Oftentimes they'll say, like, when you're graduating from, school, there can be a moment where you're so excited to celebrate and that you've completed something and you're getting your degree, but at the same time you could feel really sad for the experience coming to a completion. So make sure to use your loss and grief tools and your mindfulness tools and your energy tools as well, or any other tools that support you. Also, with this, releasing, letting go of any fears, beliefs, or attachments that really are no longer supporting you. And with that, you just want to examine, look at like in terms of situations you may wish to let go of, or maybe there's even some, people in your life that you've been really amazing friends with, and now you've just drifted apart, and it's completely okay with love, kindness, and compassion. You can have a different experience where you choose different paths and wish them well and they wish you well. The light in me, bows to the light in the other person, saying, thank you so much. And I wish you well in your journey. So reflect on your attachment to them and any lessons that they've imparted. What is the wisdom? What is the growth? And with it, using love and kindness and compassion, and letting yourself then, if you are being called to move to a new path, letting yourself move to that new path. Also, just I can't encourage enough spending time meditating, expressing gratitude for challenges, mistakes, growth that has brought you to this point. We are here to learn, grow, and evolve. We're here to learn, grow, and evolve. Literally, when we are born, we are a baby, and then we're a toddler, and then we have all different ages. We are here to learn, grow, and evolve. Literally, people. Literally. And I know sometimes you're like, when is it going to end? Well, y'all, we're here to learn, grow, and evolve. So the more that you embrace, you're here to learn, grow, and evolve, and have a different relationship with that, it's going to be much easier on your human. Also, then just taking time to write down what you are being called to release, let go of, to then align with the person that you are evolving into, including any fears that have hindered your progress in the past. Let yourself have some time to write them down. And then once you write something down that you're wanting to clear or let go, what are you calling in? What are you aligning with in terms of the person that you are involved, the person that you are evolving into? So then you want to call in those aspects, because once something's cleared, something is then available to move in. And you want to really be in the empowered I am creator to be able to participate in this in a conscious way. So, and if you need any kind of support doing this in the Inspiring You Patreon, once a month we do intention setting. And I can't stress this enough and talk about it enough in terms of encouraging people. Taking time to write your intentions monthly is so beneficial for you, because not only will you then have a guiding point for the month, you'll also receive a clearing that will help you during the session. And then your intentions are Reiki'd, and then Reiki sent to your intentions daily. And that can really support you in terms of like all kinds of ways, opening doors, bringing opportunities, but also you are, as an I am creator, you are here literally to be a creator. Yet if you're not taking time to actually understand what you're trying to create, then how is it going to come in? And sometimes I'll see clients coming in and they feel really frustrated by where they are in their experience. Yet, you know, they're so busy doing all these things, but not taking time to actually reflect, like, what happened this month? How am I learning, growing, and evolving? Like, where am I in the experience? They're not taking time. It's like they're riding on a roller coaster continuously, and they're not ever letting themselves get off the roller coaster to reground, to see where they are in the experience. You got to let yourself get off the roller coaster at times to really process, where am I in the experience? What has come in? What maybe there's a block on something, and then allowing yourself to bring in self-realization. And then once that clearing's happening, letting yourself take the information and the wisdom that you've learned, how you've learned, grown, and evolved, and actualizing the information, that the wisdom that was brought in, to support you in progressing in your experience. So, if you are interested in joining the Inspiring You Patreon, I'll put the link in the show notes or in the comments. You're welcome to join. The Meditate with Me is $20 a month, and there is 2 meditations. We do a layered meditation set in the beginning of the month to help set the foundation for the month, and then we do a huge intention setting with mindful Reiki energy meditations at the end of the month. And also, there is a ton of other things that I often add on during the month to support people as well. There's also a free part of the Patreon that you can just join if you want to just become a member and receive my newsletter and also just receive any other updates in terms of energy updates. Often I post there or on my Substack, sometimes before I post on social media or on YouTube or my. So, anyway, if you are interested, check it out. I will leave that in the comments. And if anything, my friends, be kind to yourself, love yourself, because this humaning experience can be complicated. It can be challenging and it can be amazing as well and incredible. But make sure to use your tools and also be open to learning new tools. I'm constantly, still taking classes, reading books and just being curious of like, what else is going on out there? What's happening? And if it's a tool that resonates with me, I just add it to my toolbox. So anyway, my friends, with that, use your tools, be kind to yourself, and much, much, much love, my friends. I also just want to add the delinking. So say this after me if it resonates with you. I ask to break the links. I ask to break the Reiki links, leaving only harmony and balance at other ends. I also ask to clear any residual energies being held in my body as a result of these links. I ask that the light Reiki fill the void cells, rejuvenates, refreshes, revitalizes for my highest good with ease and grace. And so it is. May peace be with all of you. Thank you so much for joining me.